Hello, welcome to another Chart Talk Coach's Corner. Today we're looking at using Chart Talk. 99% of how you use Chart Talk, no matter what role you play, is going to be based around the process that begins with scheduling an appointment and ends with submitting claims. We are going to walk through this process with you and show you how intuitive and easy it is to use Chart Talk. Here is what you're going to see today. We will begin by scheduling an appointment using the clinic schedule. Next, we're going to check the patient in using the clinic dashboard. After the patient has been checked in, the doctor will launch into the SOAP note and document the encounter for the day. Edit the diagnosis codes, add procedure codes, then mark the visit complete. The billing staff will then review the charge, update a modifier, then process the charge for billing. We'll then submit the claim electronically along with any other unsubmitted claims to the clearinghouse. And we'll print one claim to paper just to see how that's done. Let's take a look at this in Chart Talk. Here we are in the clinic schedule. I'll pick an open 15-minute time slot and double-click to launch the appointment tool. If you want to double book a time slot, just click in the open area here next to an existing appointment. Chart Talk will allow you to put as many appointments in as you want. It's up to your clinic policies for how many appointments you want to allow to be booked simultaneously. In the appointment tool, you can quickly select the patient by typing the first few letters of the patient's last name, a comma, and then start typing the first name. When you see the patient name, click on it to select it. If there's a patient alert, the scheduling user will have to acknowledge it. Out of the hundreds of clinics using Chart Talk, everyone uses this alert for something a little different. Just remember, this alert appears in the header information on the SOAP screen and when scheduling an appointment. After acknowledging any alerts, you are presented with a blue information screen that shows the patient primary insurance, last visit date, last date the vitals were recorded, insurance authorizations date range, and visit count in the authorized period. You can see the patient preferred appointment times here. Clinic staff can set the appointment times under the information item on the patient navigation menu. The patient can enter and edit the preferred appointment times through the Chart Talk patient portal. After you select the patient, selecting the appointment type will automatically set the end time for the appointment, which can be edited here or later if needed. That is the only required information to set up the appointment. If you want to set up recurrences for the appointment, expand the repeat option and select the appropriate settings. If the patient has preferred appointment times set up, Chart Talk will try to fill open time slots in those ranges. Otherwise, Chart Talk will pick open times close to the time of the scheduled appointment. After you save the appointment, you will see it reflected on the schedule. When the appointment day comes up, checking the patient in is as easy as clicking the appointment status on the clinic dashboard. Here, a reminder will tell the front desk if there's a copay due and if the patient has any outstanding electronic documents to complete. I'll enter the copay here and print a receipt. Remember, you need to allow pop-ups for your Chart Talk Cloud URL. For detailed instructions on how to allow pop-ups in Google Chrome, please see the How-To section of the Chart Talk online manual. After the patient is checked in, it's the provider portion of the encounter. From the main dashboard, the provider can see the next appointment. Clicking the patient name will navigate to the patient dashboard where you see a graph of vitals over time, last visits, upcoming appointments, and other information about the patient. Clicking the time of the appointment launches a new SOAP note to document this encounter. Here, the subjective portion of this encounter is pre-populated because the patient responded to a ChartTalk email appointment reminder. You can compare 3 SOAP notes side by side, clicking Compare down here. But I'm just going to dictate the objective findings and then use the previous assessment and plan by clicking the labels for each of those fields. Before marking this visit complete, I'll right-click and Get Previous Procedures. The diagnosis from the previous encounter of this visit type are pre-populated, but you must take action to bring forward the previous procedures. When everything looks good, Save and Complete will save your work and create the charge to begin the billing process. As the day goes on, anyone can view the clinic dashboard to look at how the work for the day is going. You can easily tell when documentation has been completed by seeing the appointment background has changed from yellow to white. Charges have been created for all visits marked complete. You will not be able to complete visits that don't have diagnosis or charges entered. From here, we move to the charges queue. This is a great place to work from for outside billing companies or to just have a place to review and process charges. Here, we see the charge that was created along with the others in the queue to be processed and sent to their respective payers. Expanding a claim, you can see the details, edit mapping from charges to diagnosis, or even add modifiers if you see that a modifier was missed for this payer. When everything looks good, you can acknowledge the charge one at a time or all at once by selecting the checkbox and using the button Process for Billing. Once a charge has been reviewed, it only takes a moment to send up to 30 claims at one time electronically. Select the new claims and submit. The claims will be batched and submitted to your default clearinghouse. You can print 1,500 forms from this billing screen, or you can use the Batch 1,500 Claim Report to print a range of 1,500s for a specific payer for a specific period of time. It's that easy. Thanks for your time today. What you saw was the complete life cycle of a patient encounter, beginning with scheduling an appointment, checking a patient in, taking a copay, completing the patient documentation using the patient and provider's own words, reviewing the claim for accuracy, and then submitting the claim electronically. Now that you've seen the innovative approach we've linked the patient, providers, payers, and office staff with, you can see why we say, think outside the checkbox.